Hello students, this is our new lection and here we are going to talk about has or have, grammar rules. So it was some examples in our previous lections when we work with have in the present simple, like I have a book or and he has a book. This is a rule for verb have. We need to change the form for subject he, she, it and use has instead of have. So it's important to know how to use the verb to have correctly. We have some different structures, of course, and right now I want to show you all of them. But what is the difference between have and has? Right now we will find out. At the end of this lection, we will know what a difference. Here we have some students, they have a dialogue, okay, let's write rules. So let's write some rules. And the first rule about have and has and when to use them. Present tenses, of course. So, present tenses, uses of have and has. Both words have and has are present tenses forms of the verb to have. The past tenses form is had. So, the verb have, the first form, infinitive form, this is have. Have, this is irregular verb. And second form, the past, simple form, had. The third form, past participle, also had. Past participle form of the sentence of the verb, we use in the perfect tenses. Also here we are going to take a look on these structures. So the present progressive tense, present progressive continuous, or continuous tense, we can use having. So this is have plus ing, but you need to take away e and put ing. We have present tenses, rules, past tenses, we have another form had. So the correct verb conjugation depends on the sentence's point of view. First person, second person, and plural, third person conjugations that use the pronouns I, you, we, and they require to use have. So, one more time, when we use I, you, we, they in the present simple tense, we use just infinitive form have. This is first person I, second person you, and plural form we, they. The same rule applies when a noun or name replaces the pronoun. So, indicating possession, one meaning of to have is to possess or hold something. So it's like to have something, to be the owner of some things. There are several ways to use have and has to indicate that a person or noun is in possession of something. So like to be an owner of some things. Like when you have, I have a book, I am the owner of this book. This is a possession. Some examples. Let's take a look at some examples, Practical examples. First rule that we need to memorize, present simple sentences, positive sentences or negative sentences. When we work with have as the main verb, it will be I, you, we, they have, he, she, it has. In the negative sentences, we use auxiliary verb don't. So I don't have a book and she doesn't have a book. So she has a book, positive sentence. She has, but she doesn't have. In the negative sentences, you change has to have. So you have spinach in your teeth. Second person, you. I have spaghetti and meatballs ready for dinner. First person, I. Non and Steve have a bicycle they can lend you. Plural, third person. noun and Steve, they. We have no money left for books, plural first person, we. I and someone else, noun and Steve, he and he, yeah? So this is our examples. When with subjects are you with they, we need to use have. You don't need another dog, you already have 3. So as you can see here, the negative sentence with auxiliary verb do plus not, you subject, already adverb, have the main verb of the action. I do not have. The negative sentence with have, I do plus not have time for this. It's like also to be the owner of your time. They have a beautiful house on the lake, plural third person, they. They have. Here we are talking about singular third person conjugations. Use has. Okay, so this is about he, she, it. He, she, it. This is singular form of the third person. And you need to change have to has. He has a book, she has a table, it has a leg. But in negative sentences, right now we will have examples. We can say he has a book, but he doesn't have a book. Yeah? He has a book, he doesn't have. It has a leg, she doesn't have. It doesn't have a leg. Angela still has a year left on her car lease. She still, adverb, has, main verb of the action. He has chocolate. He subject has, main verb of the action, chocolate. He is the owner of the chocolate, okay? He has chocolate. Carl's roommate has a pet raccoon. So, his roommate. This is a person, yes? This is he or she, his roommate. Has the main verb of the action, something. So, this person, the owner of something. She has. She is the owner of something. She has no idea that they are planning a surprise party. The bird has a nest in the backyard. Letty has so much homework tonight. Your car has a full tank of gas now. So, subjects, he, she, it. The bird, it. Letty, she or he. Your car, it. When I want to use the verb have, like the possession, the owner of something, I need to change have to has in cases with it, he, she. So, thank you for the lesson. This is all for this lection. I hope it was clear to understand to you. If you have some questions, of course, you can ask me as usual in our chat through the messages, and I will be glad to help you. Thank you for the lesson. Stay positive. I will see you in the next lection. Bye bye. Let's continue to talk about has and have grammar rules. Part 2. At the previous lesson it was part 1, and right now we are going to continue. So, as we discussed in the previous lection, we use have and has for present simple sentences, for negative or positive sentences, but when its subjects are you with they, we need to use have. When its subjects he, she, it, we need to use has. So it is important to know how to use the verb to have correctly. This is the same dialogue of our students, and they want to know how to use verb have or has, because yes, this is true. This is a tricky situation and confused for students when they are going through levels A0, A1, A2, and to understand how to change forms of the verb have. It's most often for positive sentence. For example, when I have a book, she has a book, but she doesn't have. And you need to change again, like has to have to has to have. And all these tricky, confused situations, we need to discuss and explain and understand. So modal verbs, have and has as modal verbs. When have or has, have to or has to, shares meaning with must in a sentence, they are used as modal verbs to express mood. So this combination, like have to, I have to, or she has to, this is like a modal verb. This is not a first form, infinitive form of the verb have. No, this is like have plus to, and after to we can put another verb. This usage influences the subject and compels them to action in the present tense sentences. So the grammar rules for various conjugations are the same as above. Okay. I guess it's more clear will be to read examples and work with examples structures to understand explanations. Explanations, they are always tricky, they are always difficult, but you can't avoid to read explanations. You read the explanation in the book, in the grammar book. It's difficult to understand, okay, but don't worry, don't give up. Open the next page and read examples and try to connect it, yeah? You need to connect explanation to example. So I have to get, have to, and after that get, to school on time. As you can see, have to, the combination, and after that infinitive form of the get, or like the verb have plus to plus infinitive form of the another verb. It's also the rule when we need to separate two verbs in the present simple in infinitive form together, when we want to use them together with to. I want to say, I like to go. Two verbs, infinitive form, and you need to separate them, you need to put between them to. This is also the same, but this is with verb have. So I have to go. I need to do it. Yeah, I have to go. You have to tell me what you know. Second person. Yeah, you. You have to tell. You need to tell me. She has to do well at the tryout if she wants to make the team. Singular third person. So she has to. This is, you can associate with different ways. First, like has plus to plus infinitive form of another verb. Because two verbs in infinitive form doesn't matter, have or has or like or want, and after that if you want to use the second verb you need to put to between them. This is a rule. Two infinitives in the sentences you need to separate with to. Or you can like associate with the structure too, because sometimes if write rule has to, have to, the structure, okay, have infinitive plus to after that infinitive. Between two infinitives I need to put to. She has to do well at the tryout. So she has, she needs, yeah, we have to work, we need to work, yeah. So it's just two infinitives, and between two infinitives you need to put to. This is the easiest way how to understand it. But instead of need, must, modal verb, you just use have or has. Like you need to do it, yeah? My sister has to stay out of my room. So she needs to stay out of my rooms. And next example. But what I wanted to say, if you put like the verb need, for example, I need to do it, she needs to do it, you need to remember about s at the end of the need, yeah? Because has, it's like already the form for he, she, it. You don't need to put s here for this verb. But for other verbs you need to put the end. S or es or ies. Your friends have to go home now. Your friends have to go. Two verbs, have infinitive form, go infinitive form, put to between them. These examples are usually intuitive to English speakers. Yeah, it's like automatically they understand the grammar structure. First of all, using the wrong form of to have doesn't sound right, making it easy to identify. So, to identity. Yeah, to have. You need to use have to, not to have. Yeah, I to have to go, or I to have go. This is wrong. I have to go. After the subject, as you know, you don't need to use to. We discussed it already in the previous lections. So before infinitive form in the present, verb, have, like, want, need, and so on, you don't need to put to. I too want. No, I want. Subject and verb without to. But if you want to use after the first verb in infinitive form, you want to use the second verb in infinitive form, between them you need to put to. However, using proper subject-verb agreement doesn't stop in the present tense. Okay, let's take a look on some examples on the next lection. So thank you for this lesson. I will see you the next time. Stay positive. If you have some questions, you can write all your questions, practice, make some exercises, and if it's still not clear, you can ask me in the messages. Okay, thank you. Stay positive. See you.